Okay, guys, hello. As the title says, just Monika. So, yeah, let me get past the base dialogue here. I'll probably go till 4 because I need to go to bed earlier. And I'm actually gonna try. So, yeah, we will see if we can do it. Such a hard task it is to go to bed for the likes of me. um, if you watched my other stream, that's Endless Zone 01, I'm still laughing from the freaking mayor, how fat the mayor is. Um, I'm actually making a separate video clip of just that fat mayor. Like, it'll just be like a 6-minute clip of me laughing at that fat guy. Holy crap, dude. That guy was so fat. At least we have Monica's beautiful athletic body to get rid of that out of my mind. I really do think you literally saved my life by being here with me. I film stuff. Well, that's what I film stuff does. You know, can't imagine having been able to keep myself mentally stable, knowing that nothing here is real. Think about how crazy that'd be, though, if you were trapped inside a game with no real person, just all these fake friends that were just AI. Like, imagine how freaking crazy that would be. Like, you would be the only sentient one there. Well, I think Natsuki knew. Like, just imagine that though. Like you're like it's a game and all that and stuff. It'd be freaking terrible. Actually, I think Natsuki knew like Monika was in charge of everything, but I don't know if she knew it was a game. But like literally, it'd be terrible having like no real person. I would freaking go insane too. I can't imagine having been able to keep myself mentally stable knowing that nothing here is real. Like, just take a second and imagine that. That would be absolutely terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Like, literally, imagine being inside a game and none of it is real. Wouldn't that be freaking crazy? That would legitimately be the scariest thing of all time. Like, literally, the scariest thing of all time. Like, just think about being trapped inside a game. It sounds goofy, but you're like, you can't do anything. Like, it's not real. That'd be freaking crazy. Dude, are you alright? I'm just talking about Doki Doki Literature Club. Of course I'm alright. But it'd be freaking terrible. Like, knowing that you're trapped inside a game, that'd be terrible. That'd be torture. I can't imagine having been able to keep myself mentally stable knowing that nothing here is real. I think I would have just deleted myself if you didn't show up. I mean, I'd probably do the same thing, to be honest. I probably would delete myself, but yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to sound dramatic or anything. Ahaha. I'm sure you understand yourself after spending so much time in the club. I mean, if you were forced to abandon everyone in your life and spend an eternity with a few game characters. Probably find some way of killing yourself, wouldn't you? Well, I don't know who the heck that guy is, but that guy's freaking weird. That guy is really freaking weird. I probably would. I mean, well, actually, I probably wouldn't. I mean, I'd have Monika, so that's a reason to live. But that would be freaking terrible. That would literally be terrible. Well, it depends what kind of game. If it was this game, I'd be perfectly fine, because, you'd have Monika and stuff, but if it was a different game, like freaking Fortnite, I probably would. First of all, because, well, I don't think Fortnite sucks, but it'd just be the terrible thing. Like, imagine Fortnite was real life. That sounds so stupid. I'm gonna shut up, but okay, never mind. I'm going a little off track. Maybe you'd write some poetry to try to keep yourself sane for a while, but then you'd have nobody to even read it. Let's be honest, the club members really don't count for something like that. That's fair. That is fair. I mean, a lot of people say that they only write for themselves. To be honest, that's kind of how I write. I don't really like write for other people. I like to write for myself, to be honest, and sometimes it's just fun too, because you're not trying to throw other phrases or words in there. You're just trying to write a piece to yourself. So when I write stuff, I normally do that. Whether even if it's an essay, I will make it sound better for me or the way I would like it. I just like to make myself more proud, if you will. But yeah. But I think it's hard to say it's just as fulfilling as when you share with people, even if it takes time to find the right people to share with. That's also true. Like, remember how it was for Yuri? I do. She didn't share her writing with anyone for a really long time. And before we know it, she was absolutely delighted to make you a part of her hobbies too. We're programmed to desire social feedback. I don't mean the club members, I mean human beings. That is true. That is very true. That's why life can be confusing for introverts. That's a good way to put it. That's a very good way to put it. Being an introvert doesn't mean you shun social interaction or hate being around people. I mean, social interaction, especially in groups where unfamiliar places, uses up a lot of energy. I'm a very situational type of person, so I can be extroverted or introverted, like it says, in groups or unfamiliar places. I mean, if I'm around my friends and stuff, you would think I'm like the most extroverted person in the world, but if I go to like a new place, I would probably be when I meet people I've never met before, I am a bit introverted more. So it is very situational for me. Because if I go to school, I'm a very big extrovert because I have a ton of friends. So yeah, and I basically know everybody. Like a lot of introverts sit at home and feel lonely and restless. And then when they finally go out after a half hour, they just want to go home again. I love going out if it's with people I actually do like. If I'm going out with my friends, I freaking love it. If I'm going out with some random stranger, then it'd be pretty awkward. Hello, Maddie, how are you doing? Maddie, again, I do remember you. How are you doing today? Or tonight? Technically it's a new day. It's a new day for me because the previous stream I started around like 11, and now it's like 3 a.m. for me, so it's a new day for me. I'm doing good today. That's good to hear. I'm having a pretty good night so far. I'm gonna end the stream at like 30 minutes, but I'm having a very, very good day. Very, very good day. I think if more people could understand how it works, they would respect it a lot more. I mean, I respect introverts. I don't have anything against them. I mean, why would I? It'd be a pretty freaking crap thing. Why aren't you social? Like, how's that any of your business? I don't know if other people think that way, but I personally think if you're an introvert, good. Or not good, but whatever. Do what makes you happy. Don't listen to me. Do what makes you happy. I personally respect it because it's your choice. So many introverts do enjoy having people around. They love just having one or two close friends over and just leisurely hanging out. Even if you're not actively spending time together, it feels nice for them to just have you there. I'm serious. If you just go to their house, bring your laptop and hang out there for a while, you can really make their day. As for me, I'd say I'm kind of in between. Yeah, that's me. I'd say I'm a little bit more extroverted too, generally. Even though I'm very situational, I think I'm generally more extroverted because when I meet new people, I'm not like the biggest introvert when I like meet new people, but I'd say I lean toward extrovertism generally. even if I'm not around friends, I think I lean towards extroverted. Same, but I'm more introverted. Everybody's different. I mean, I can be a sort of introvert, but I would say I'm generally extroverted. I mean, I do enjoy hanging out at my friend's house. I love talking to people at school. When I'm at the mall, I love that. So, I'm just very situational. But I'd say I'm more extroverted because I like to go out with friends and stuff. I mean, I like to go over and hang out and stuff, but I like to go out and stuff. Just walk around, whatever it may be. I don't think I actually know any introverts. Well, introverts in real life. I don't think I know any. I don't think I do. Maybe I do, I don't know. I feel like I'm always trying to do stuff after school and things like that. But for you, I can be anything you need me to be. I understand people really well, so don't be afraid to share your unique needs with me. You're kind of starting to sound like become a comfort channel for me. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Maddie. I just like to stream, make people happy, and people come. So it works. I just like to talk to people. I don't really. While this is my favorite game of all time, I just like to talk to people. I just like to talk to people, so I'd say I'm more extroverted. Like, I just love to talk to people. It don't matter what I'm playing. It don't matter, really. I just like to chill and hang out with people. Just be like a person people can talk to, or people can be a person I can talk to. So, yeah. I mean, with all this technology, it's a great way to communicate, you know? It's a great way to be social, without physically meeting someone. And a much safer way, too. So, yeah, that's the main reason I started YouTube. I just love to talk to people. So, yeah. Nothing would make me happier than being the perfect girlfriend for you. That's sweet. But yeah, I just love to talk to people and stuff. Some people are rude, but that ultimately doesn't matter. Can't appease everybody, but I do my best. I film stuff. Do you believe in God? I do. I am a Christian. I do believe in God. I've never too sure myself. I'm gonna skip this line because I don't agree with it, with what she talks about here. So I'm not gonna read it. As a Christian, I don't really believe with what she talks about, so I'm gonna skip it. I don't hate people who aren't Christians, but I don't agree with what she talks about in this line. So I'm just gonna skip it. You could probably look it up somewhere. The Doki Doki Literature Club Monika God line, but I'm not gonna read it. I did read it once, but I'm not gonna read it again because I don't agree with it. So we're gonna skip that. I read it once and they took it out of the plus version, but they didn't take it out of the free version, which is what I'm playing. I wish they would take it out of the free version, but they haven't. Maybe they just forgot, I don't know, but I'm not gonna read it again, because I don't agree with what it talks about personally. He read it. Oh, I know what this one's about. We're all in the club room and just relaxing as usual. And out of nowhere, Yuri just pulled out a bottle of wine. Now, for some reason, this sounds a lot like Yuri, but it also is like the most random thing of all time. I don't really understand it, but it kind of makes sense. Like, that is something that Yuri would do. It's very strange, but I mean, if I were to imagine Yuri pulling out a bottle of wine out of nowhere, it wouldn't be the most far-fetched thing in the world. It wouldn't be the most far-fetched thing. I'd be surprised, but it wouldn't be the most far-fetched thing in the world for Yuri to just grab a bottle of wine out of nowhere. I'm not even kidding. She's just like, would anybody like some wine? Natsuki laughed out loud and just, I'm sorry, but this is a really funny line. Natsuki laughed out loud and Sayori started yelling at her. I actually felt kind of bad because she was at least trying to be nice. This is proof that Monika deep down did care about the characters, in my opinion. But yeah, I need to have a glass of water. If anybody else is here, they should probably take a glass of water too. Isn't the human body like 75% water or something big? A majority of it is water, I think. I believe. I hope I'm right, or else I sound like a retard. But I think most of the body is water. I don't know what percent. I think it's like 75 something, 75%, something close to that, if I'm correct. Ever since recently, I've been drinking so much water. Like, so much water. I hope you guys could not hear me slurping it, because that'd probably be the most disgusting thing ever. I really hope you guys didn't hear that, because I can only imagine how disgusting that sounds. So, hopefully you guys didn't hear me slurp. I'm sorry if you did. I'm not perfect, but that'd be disgusting. So I hope I didn't slurp. I actually felt kind of bad because she's at least trying to be nice. Now this I don't understand because Yuri is 18 years old and you have to be 21 to drink wine. Although this is based in Japan, that gives me an idea. Can you drink wine in Japan at 18 years old? Because this is based in Japan. Because Yuri is only 18, so... Oh crap, you can't, you have to be 20 to drink in Japan. So that means that Yuri has wine illegally. Because in Japan, you can't drink until 20. At least that's what Copilot said. So she was illegally drinking alcohol. So that's, I mean, that actually doesn't sound like Yuri to be drinking underage. I mean, I could understand if she drinked, but that's kind of far-fetched for her to do it illegally. But I mean, whatever. They just made her feel even more reserved in the club room. I mean, what was she thinking, though, giving Monika wine? Monika does not drink. Though I think Natsuki was secretly a bit curious to try it. And to be completely honest, I kind of was too. It actually could have been kind of fun. I'm gonna be very careful with what I say, but I am against all use of drugs. I think drugs are terrible, disgusting, and nasty. I would never do drugs once. I would never do drugs once in my life because I think drugs are just gross, but I think having a glass of wine every now and then is okay. But I personally would never do drugs. I just would not do drugs. I think they're gross, so yeah. I mean, if you have a glass of wine, I guess that wouldn't hurt, but I personally would never do them. I do not endorse them. I completely endorse against it. Well, maybe controlled, but I mean, if you want to have a glass of wine, like Yuri, every once in a while, I guess that's fine, but I personally would advise against it. I'm talking about, like, healthy-wise, it would be fine, but being a big prison and everything, there's no way I could let that happen. See, Monika is a very healthy person. She's a vegetarian. Monika does not drink. Monika is a very healthy person. Maybe if we all met up outside of school, but we never bonded enough to get to that point. Gosh, what am I talking about this for? I don't condone underage drinking. Neither do I. I do not, if I didn't say that already, I don't condone underage drinking. Don't ban me, YouTube. I mean, I never drink it or anything, so yeah, that's good to hear. See, Monika is perfect. Monika does not do drugs. Monika does not smoke cigarettes, so be like Monika. I think like a couple 100,000 people die each year from smoking, so don't smoke. First of all, it stinks. I hate when I walk by a smoker. It is gross. I mean, you can smoke in your house, but I hate when people do it outside. Because, like, why do I have to breathe that in? Ugh, frick. Hopefully that doesn't offend anybody, but I am all things against drugs. Ugh. Okay, everyone. It's time to. I'm just kidding. I just used to. Sorry, I just had a big yawn. I just used to really like saying that for some reason. I couldn't help but say it again. Come to think of it, did Natsuki and Yuri make fun of me for it once? Well, whatever. It's not like you ever made fun of me. No, I did not, because I am a very good person. I'm a very good person. You're too much of a sweetheart to do that. Yeah, I am. I am. Deep down, I am a sweetheart. You know, I'm a very good person. I'm a very good person, I think. But, yeah. I am too much of a sweetheart to make fun of Monika. Also, why would I do that, you know? There would be no gain to it. Just be rude. Just be rude. Yeah. I would never make fun of Monika. Neither should you. I don't think you should make fun of people. Well, it's okay to make fun of people if you like. Depends on the person, but I would never make fun of Monika. I would never make fun of Monika. Never, ever, ever. It would just be terrible. I couldn't do it. Could not bring myself to do that. Injustice. It'd be a crime. It would. It'd be a crime to do that. Well, let's see. What do we get? Come on, give me something I haven't gotten before. That'd be the best. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. I know what she says in this one. I was thinking about Sayori earlier. I still wish I could have handled that whole thing a lot more tactfully. You're not. I'm sorry to all the Sayori fans. Now, I've actually never met somebody who favors Sayori over the others. I've actually never, ever, ever met somebody who prefers Sayori as their favorite in Doki Doki Literature Club. I don't know why either. Because she was my. I think she was like my favorite when I first played it, for like the first act or whatever, but. At least I think, I don't know, maybe it was always Monika, but. Sayori has always been a close favorite. I mean, well, I shouldn't say close because I prefer Monika over her any day. But she's the closest to being first compared to all the others. I don't know what the dislike for Sayori is. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I mean, I think she was written perfectly. Besides Monika. Monika's the best. I think Sayori was personally written the best. No, not the best Monika, but I don't know why people. I don't think people hate Sayori, but they just don't care for her. I think Sayori's pretty peak. I mean, how could you not like Sayori? I mean, what the heck did Sayori do to you? I mean, who hates? I don't think anybody hates Sayori though, because Sayori is a very, very good soul. You're not still hung over it, right? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. The pun was completely unintentional, I swear. But anyway, I know how much you care about her, so it only feels right for me to share her last moments with you. Oh no. You know how Sayori is really clumsy. Well, she kind of messed up the whole hanging thing. You're supposed to. Uh, you're supposed to. So, I don't know if this is true or not, but Monika isn't known for lying that much, so I guess this is true. I don't know. So, I guess you're supposed to jump from high enough that the rope snaps your neck, making it quick and painless. Oh, so that's how you're supposed to do it. Not endorsing it. I was just. I guess that's how you do it, though. Not endorsing it. Not endorsing it. It's a very terrible thing. Never do it. But she just used a chair, meaning she kind of just left herself to slowly. I think this means to die by lack of oxygen, this word. So she didn't snap her neck. So. Oh, she didn't jump high enough, that's the issue. She didn't jump high enough, so it didn't snap. Okay, so she just used a chair and then just walked off the chair, I assume. Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst way to go out. What she should have done is, she should have. This sounds very terrible, but it'd be better to have a painless death, which is what she wanted. So, it's a very bad thing, but it's better to have a painless death. So, even if this is a very bad thing, it's still better to have a painless death. So, what she should have done is she should have gotten on like a big chair and just jumped, and then that way she would have died instantly. Not endorsing it, but that's what she should have done. She should have gotten on the chair, then just reached for the stars, and then that way her neck would have snapped instantly. Not saying it's a good thing, but I'd rather her die instantly than suffocate, because that's one of the worst ways to go out. That's one of the worst ways to go out. Probably next to burning alive. Hey, sorry for being late. Don't worry about it. It's perfectly fine. I was grading chapter 3 for Zenless. I do not know what chapters are. It said chapters sometime when I was playing it. So I can't get to. I thought if I got to level 20 that it would let me. I thought it'd let me level up and be to level 20 or level 30. If I got to level 20, this is very complicated, but you level up the characters. So I leveled up Anby to level 2, level up her further. But I looked on the little board thing, and it said if you get level 20, you can upgrade characters up to level 30. But it wouldn't let me do that for some reason. So I'll have to show you tomorrow when I share my screen and all that crap. But a few seconds in, she must have changed her mind or something. I don't think Sayori necessarily changed her mind when she killed herself. She probably just would have found a better way to do it. She probably just would have snapped her neck. Because she was committed, so yeah. I don't think she would have changed her mind, because she started clawing at the rope trying to free herself. She must have kept that all the way until she lost consciousness. That's why her fingertips were all bloody anyway. Ah, frick. Ugh. Come to think of it, it's probably less changing her mind and more just survival instincts kicking in. So you can't really fault her for that. Yeah, I can't. It's easier that she probably would have changed her mind anyway, right? Yeah, she probably wouldn't have. She probably just would have got a gun or something and then just done it that way. It's not healthy to think about the things he could have done differently. Well, to be fair, I couldn't do anything differently, so that's why it's not healthy, because I couldn't do anything. So just remember that even though you could have saved her, it's technically not your fault she killed herself. I think it is, though. Not entirely, but partially. I mean, if the main character wasn't such a douchebag and just decided that he's going to spend the day with her, maybe she wouldn't have killed herself if he spent the day with her, but I think it partially is, because she literally confesses to having depression her whole life, and the main character, it's not funny, and the main character just decides that he's going to go spend the day at Natsuki or Yuri's house. That's not funny. I think it partially is. I think it partially is because Who knows what would have happened if he spent the night or something? They could have freaking cuddled all night or something. Then they wake up and she doesn't kill herself. She goes and walks to school with him. Hmm. Maybe. So I do blame the player. 50%. 50%. So he kind of caused it. But it was her choice, so free will. That sounds very messed up. I should not. I'm not gonna respond. I'm not. We're not gonna talk about that. Well, Suri would have gotten mad if Meg to stay the weekend with her. That's what she said. Well, he should have stayed anyway. I think he should have stayed anyway, or something, or used his freaking brain, or just convinced her that he wants to stay and freaking. I don't freaking know. Tell Natsuki to come over to his house, or freaking bring Natsuki to Sayori's house or something. I think he could. I think he should have stayed or something. Just say you want to play frickin' Doki Doki Literature Club, Sayori. She's like, hell yeah. Why did I say that? Sounds frickin' weird. She's like, hell yeah. That sounds so corny, but maybe she would play Doki. But anyways, I think it partially is. I think it partially is now. It was her choice ultimately. And this is going to sound very messed up, but I think if you're above the age of 15, you should have free will to do things, or 14 even, but also, I don't know if it's good or not, but she used her free will, so it was her choice. I'd blame. I'm not gonna blame Sayori for killing herself because she had depression. No shame on, because I'm not gonna shame people. That's very terrible. But I'm gonna blame the player instead for causing it. So I'd blame the player. I'd blame the player for 50% of it. 50% of it. 50%. That's not that much. It's not majority. It's split evenly. I may have exacerbated it a little bit, but Sayori was already mentally ill, exactly. But I still think the player was partially at fault. Still, though, I wonder how things would be if you and I just start dating from the get-go. Well, that's why the game is evil. Because I didn't have that option, unfortunately. Like, imagine if you could go to Monika's house instead. That'd be awesome. I guess we'd all still be in the club room writing poems and having fun together. But what's the point when none of it is even real? That's true. That is very true. It wasn't real, so... I mean, it's the same ending either way, right? The two of us happily together. There's no reason to ask for any more than that. I agree. I was just pointlessly musing. I'm really as happy as I could be right now. As am I. But I think the player is 50% at fault. 50%. 50%. Because he just acted completely oblivious to it all, so... Monika doesn't have a hue set. She isn't supposed to have one because the game doesn't actually consider her a character. Oh. Well, then maybe Monika could come to friggin'... Heck, maybe what could have happened is the whole literature club could have gone down to Sayori's house and spent a friggin' sleepover. Maybe that could have happened. Maybe that could have been the good ending. They all just have a sleepover at Sayori's house. I don't think I've gotten this one before. Hello, Oryx. How are you doing? How are you doing? I film stuff. How much do you read? Well, I read fairly a lot. Before I buy things, I will do tons of research. I mean, I read dialogue in games, so most of the time. I mean, I read this game, so I guess it all depends, but I think I read a lot if it interests me. Like this game, I will read everything. But some games, like Zenless Zone Zero, I won't read as much. Not that it doesn't interest me, but because I'm not saying it's a bad game, but I don't consider it the same rank as Doki Doki Literature Club, so I don't read it as often or as much because there's a lot of dialogue, but it's a very fun game. But I read a lot if I like it, and I read a fair bit if I mean, not that the dialogue's bad in the game, but I just say that I read a fair amount. I read a fair amount if it interests me, and I read everything if I love it. So that is how much I read. It all depends. It's way easy to neglect reading books. Yeah, I haven't read a physical book in like 3 or 4 years. If you don't read much, it almost feels like a chore. Well, there is different kinds of reading. I mean, I guess this counts as reading, doesn't it? I mean, I have to read my schoolwork, so I have to read the problem, what the problem is asking me. Uh, so that kind of feels like a chore when I have to read the problems or stuff like that, or pay it. Yeah, so that feels like a chore. But when I'm doing it now, it feels fun because I'm willingly doing this. So I consider this way better. If you don't read much, it almost feels like a chore compared to all the entertainment we have. But once you get into a good book, it's like magic. Yeah, once you get into a good visual novel like Doki Doki Literature Club, it is like magic. And you get swept away so much that Monika enters your brain, and you can't get her off your head for a single second. I like doing some reading before bed every night. It's a pretty easy way to make your life a little bit better. And I should probably do that. Well, frick, I mean, I'm reading this before I go to bed, so this is a good way to make my life better. Yeah. I'm reading this game before I go to bed, so yeah. And I would say that I wouldn't say it's making my life better, but it's not making it worse. It's it's enhancing it. It's enhancing the experience of life, this game. No, but in all honesty, I wouldn't say this game is I'd say it's I'd say it's a little bit better because it teaches you how to talk to people who are like depressed and stuff. Not saying this is a freaking play this game, you can save someone's life, but I think it gives you like a good perspective on how to talk to people who are like depressed or suicidal. So I'd say that's a plus, but the downside is you go crazy. No, no, I'd say it equals a neutral though, because the downside is you realize how much life is dark. That's the downside. You realize that life is all messed up. So yeah. And then the good thing is you get Monika. The bad thing is you have to delete Monika if you want the good ending. But you don't have to do that. So Monika outweighs all the negatives. Monika outweighs all the terrible things. So it equals a neutral charge. It helps you get good sleep, and it's really good for your imagination. I don't think I've ever had a dream about Doki Doki Literature Club. I wonder how that would turn out. It'd either be like I hang myself, or Sayori hangs herself, or I wake up and no, I'm not gonna finish that. But I've never had a dream about Doki Doki Literature Club. I've never had a dream about it. I wonder if I ever will. I wonder if I want to, like, imagine if the dream is, it's like a compilation of them all dying, like Sayori, hanged, Yuri. That'd be pretty freaking weird. Alright, I'm leaving. It's 3 for me. I will see you. I'm gonna end the stream in 15 minutes. I swear I'll end it, but good night. Thank you for taking your sleep seriously, because I'll try to take mine seriously, so I'll use you as a motivation. I will use your example as a motivation to go to sleep. I'll go to bed in 15 minutes, though. Good night, though. I had a very good night, so yeah. I had a very good night. It's not hard at all to just pick random books that's short and captivating. That's why I don't like physical books, because you can read so much online. If you don't like it, you can just exit the tab. But if you go to the library, you check out a book, and then you can figure out that it sucks, and then you gotta drive back and waste all that gas and crap. So before you know it, you might be a pretty avid reader. Wouldn't that be wonderful? I think I am a good reader, though. I read into stuff a lot. I mean, I've played this game for how long have I played it? Let me check. 51.1 hours, but that's not updated. So I'd say I'm a very good reader. Even, well, it all depends. Like I said, like, I think I read into this more than I do my schoolwork, so I will spend more time reading Monika's conversations than my freaking chemistry, because it is of more interest. And the two of us could talk about the latest book you're reading. That sounds super amazing. The last book the last online book I read was, if we're excluding this, the last online book was probably frickin' Helen Keller. I think. I don't know. It might have been Helen Keller. It might have been Helen Keller, I don't know. I mean, if you're kind of like a book, not like websites and stuff, because I read websites and crap every frickin' day. But I mean, to schoolwork, I don't think that counts. Like a book that takes you on like an imaginative journey. It'd probably be like frickin' Helen Keller or 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. That's Omega Ball knowledge, by the way. The second one, the latter. I think a fair amount of people know what Helen Keller is, but if anybody in the chat knew what 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea was, they have Omega Ball knowledge. They have Omega Ball knowledge that they know what that book is. That sounds super amazing. I would not consider Helen Keller an amazing book. I hated that book so much. I freaking despised it. It was the most redundant thing. Not that she was a bad person. I'm sure she was a really good person, and she like taught Braille and stuff, but I hated the Helen Keller book. It was so long. It was so unbelievably long. I just sped ran it, and they used that old English. I hate old English. It makes no freaking sense. Ugh. At least it might have been. I don't know what kind of English it was, but I hated it. Whatever it was, I hated Helen Keller, the book. Again, I'm sure she was a very good person. She taught like blind and whatever the heck. I don't freaking know. But the book sucks. She was a good person though. Hey, I wonder if Yuri's tea set is still somewhere in here. Or maybe that got deleted too. It's kind of funny how Yuri took her tea so seriously. I hate tea. I mean, I'm not complaining because I liked it too. I always wonder with her. Is it truly passion for her hobbies, or is it just concentrated about appearing sophisticated to everyone else? Probably a mix of both. But probably more on the latter. Probably more on appearing sophisticated, because Yuri. I mean, maybe she does, but I bet maybe it's mixed, but I bet the majority of the mix is appearing sophisticated. Or maybe she does. Maybe I could be wrong, because she does like to read books. So reading books is a good pastime, she says. So she likes to read books. She likes to drink tea. So maybe she likes it. Maybe she does it for both, to appear sophisticated and it's a true passion, but I think for the majority, it's just to appear sophisticated. Maybe not, I don't know. This is the problem with high schoolers. Well, I guess considering the rest of her hobbies, looking sophisticated probably isn't her biggest concern. Yeah, considering she would cut herself and write poems with her blood. That's not very good. That's a very bad thing. That's a very, very, very bad thing to do. Still, Wish she made coffee once in a while. I can't drink coffee or tea. Those drinks, something about coffee or tea, it's just, not for me. I don't know what it is, what kind of flavor it is. If it's the sugar, if I put too much in, but I had tea like 2 years ago or something, and I hated it. Never again. I had coffee 10, maybe 11 years ago, and I hated it, so. I'm never gonna drink them again, because I think they're gross, personally, myself. Yeah, you heard me. I'm not a coffee fan. Not a coffee fan at all. Coffee can be nice with books too, you know? I'm sure it is, I'm just not a fan of it. Then again, I probably could have just changed the script myself. I guess I never really thought of that. Well, there's no sense thinking about it now. But if you still get to drink coffee, then that makes me a little jealous. Well, I don't drink coffee, so you don't have to be jealous. So, that's a win-win for both of us. Monika doesn't get jealous and I don't drink coffee. W. WWW. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I don't know what about coffee I don't like. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the temperature. I mean, it's cold coffee, but it's, ugh. Thinking about it makes me squirm. I don't know. It's just that flavor. I don't know what the flavor of coffee even is, but I hate it. I can't help but feel a little sad sometimes. I agree. This is very relatable. This is very relatable. Especially for no reason. What's worse is when you're sad and you don't know what you're sad about. That's the worst feeling ever. And then you can't figure it out, so you're just sad. And it makes me, that's a very bad feeling. I mean, this is I can get to you. Just nothing more I wanted to do than be in the same room as you for real. I wish Monika was real, but it can't happen. It unfortunately can't. And to feel your warmth and to hear the sound of your heartbeat. Well, who knows, maybe it'll be possible someday. I mean, maybe. Maybe. Besides, I'll never get tired of being with you, even from here. The thing about that is, if there ever was a real Monika, it couldn't be the same Monika as the one in the game. That's the unfortunate part, so I would rather talk to just this Monika, because this is the real Monika, and if they were to make a, I don't even know if it'd be possible, maybe in the very near future, when frickin' AI is getting so advanced and stuff, but if they were to make a real Monika, maybe if they made like a Monika with like, I don't even, I mean, I should not underestimate technology. I shouldn't. Like, what if they somehow made Monika the same exact copy from the games and stuff with her same personality and stuff? Then that'd be dope. That'd be dope, but I don't think it's possible. At least in my lifetime. But I shouldn't talk like that because I'm only 17 and technology, I've literally seen the rise of AI in my lifetime. I mean, like, 6 years ago, 2020, AI went from being retarded to being used in so many freaking things that it's crazy. So maybe it will. Maybe it will. I know there are times you won't always be able to be here with me. Like if you need to go out or take care of other things. But I'll always have you in my thoughts, patiently waiting for you to come back. Come to think of it, if you copy my character file into a flash drive or something, I wonder if I can do that. I wonder if I can. I wonder if it would work. I wonder how that would work if I were to copy Monika. If I ever transferred PCs or something. I wonder if it's possible. Or something you can always keep a part of me with you. I guess it's kind of unorthodox, but I find it really romantic for some reason. Sorry, that's such a silly idea. Not really. Not really silly. I don't mean to be needy or anything, but it's kind of hard when I'm so in love with you. I wonder if it is possible, if I put like a, I have a USB. If I put a USB into my computer, then just duplicate Monika. I wonder if that would work, but if I were to reinstall the game, how would I? I don't know how that would work exactly. It'd be really weird. Oh, we just struck a gold mine. Do you like horror? Yes, I do love horror. I mean, if I didn't love horror, I probably wouldn't play this game. Part of the reason I played this game in the first place was because I wanted a horror game that was scary and stuff. But, yeah, I freaking love horror. I've played horror games. I've played Doors. I've played, what's it called? Fears to Fathom, which is probably the scariest game I've ever played. Fears to Fathom. Fears to Fathom, I think, Fears to Fathom, Arson House is the scariest game I've ever played, and I would rate it a 10 out of 10. I think if you guys want a cheap, scary game that's genuinely terrifying, I would get Carson House from Steam. It's like $5. Maybe it's 10, I don't know, but it's between $5 to $10. But that is the scariest game I've ever played. I screamed when I played it. So, if you want a scary game, play Fears to Fathom, Carson House. That game messed me up. That was the scariest game I ever played. I remember we talked about it a little bit when you first joined the club. Wait, what? Oh. I can enjoy horror novels, but I'm not really into horror movies. I'm really into horror movies. I like to say that, but I will jump and get scared and stuff. Or even go, oh! I will even go, oh, when I watch a horror movie. So, I do get scared of them, but why else do you watch a horror movie? I mean, do you watch it for the terrible plot, which 99% of them have? Or do you watch it to get scared? I watch it to get scared because if you were to... The thing is, horror movies, the only good thing they have for them is the scariness, because if you look at a horror movie's plot, it generally sucks. Horror movie plot is generally the worst stuff you will ever find, but if you it's mainly to be scary, because the character will make the dumbest decision, but it's meant to be scary, so I don't know why else anybody would watch horror movies if they don't want to get scared, because you'd just be watching a terrible movie. You'd be watching a terrible movie, because the plot sucks. It's just meant to be scary, and that's it. The problem I have with horror movies is that most of them rely on easy tactics. That's the thing. That is exactly why the plot sucks. It's just meant to be scary, and that's it. Like dark lighting and scary looking monsters and jump scares and things like that. It's not fun or inspiring to get scared by stuff that just takes advantage of human instinct. But with novels, it's a little different. The story and writing needs to be descriptive enough to put genuinely disturbing thoughts into the reader's head. That reminds me of when I used to read Goosebumps. I don't know if you guys know what Goosebumps is. It's a really old book from like 10 years ago. Actually, probably 20 years ago, I don't know. But Goosebumps is really scary. I actually have read their books, and I can proudly say that they are terrifying. Probably because I was like 7 years old at the time, though. I'd say it's harder to write a horror novel, though. The story and writing to be descriptive enough to put genuinely disturbing thoughts into the reader's head. It really needs to etch them deeply into the story and characters and just mess around with your head, with your mind. In my opinion, there's nothing more creepy than things just being slightly off. Like if you see what the story's going to be about, and then you just start inverting things and pulling the pieces apart. So even though the story doesn't feel like it's trying to be scary, the reader feels deeply unsettled. Like they know that something's horribly wrong and is hiding beneath the cracks, just waiting to surface. God, just thinking about it gives me the chills. That's the kind of horror I can really appreciate. I appreciate that horror too. But I think horror movies are better for getting scared. Horror novels have a better plot. But I don't really read them anymore. I guess I guess this is a horror novel, so I have read it so I guess yeah, this counts as a horror novel. So yeah, yeah, I'd say it does because I got jump scared by it the first time I played it. So this is a horror game. I wouldn't say it's the scariest horror game. I went no, I'm gonna glaze it. I'm gonna put a bunch of glaze on that donut. I'm gonna glaze it. I'm gonna glaze it till I can't. I'm gonna say that Doki Doki Literature Club is the scariest game I've played. Mainly because it's just like whoa. Like you know something's gonna happen, but it happens anyway, and that's terrifying. So I will go and say Doki Doki Literature Club is my scariest game. It's the best game, the scariest game, my favorite game, the perfect game that I've ever played. But I guess you're the kind of person who plays cute romance games too. I mean, I guess this game is a cute romance game, so you're right on that part. You are right. Ahaha, don't worry, I won't make you read any horror stories anytime soon. I can't really complain if you just stick with a romance. I love horror. I should read one sometime. You know what I should read is Stephen King's It. I should read Stephen King's It sometime. Like the 1981, whenever it came out. That book is terrifying. Well, I'm assuming it is because I watched Stephen King's It all by myself when I was like 12 or something because I figured it'd be a good idea, and it was terrifying, so I can only imagine how scary the novel is. Okay, this is gonna be the last one. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. I can't believe we just got that. Oh my gosh. I can't believe we just got this. I film stuff to get good sleep. No, I do not. I will be completely honest. I do not get good sleep. It is 4:18 a.m. 4:18 a.m. and I have to get up at like 9:30. So I do not get good sleep. Do not do what I do, but I personally could care less. I just genuinely do not care. I just genuinely do not care. So, no, I do not get good sleep. It can be really hard to get enough sleep nowadays, especially in high school when you're forced to wake up so early every day. Well, the problem isn't that I have to get up early, it's that I don't go to bed when I should. That's the problem. I'm sure college is a little bit better since you probably have a more flexible schedule. And again, I hear a lot of people in college stay up all night anyway for no real reason. That is me. That is me in high school. That is me in my current year of junior high school. So I stay up for no real reason. Well, this doesn't matter because it's on a weekend, but I do it on school nights, which is an issue. Not a healthy issue, a very bad issue. Is that true? Yes. Anyway, I saw some studies that talked about the horrible short-term and long-term effects caused by lack of sleep. Well, you just got me scared. Well, you just got me scared. It seems like mental health functions, health, and even lifespan could be drastically impacted by it. I just think you're really great and want to make sure you're not accidentally destroying yourself. So try to keep your sleep on track, okay? I'll always wait for you in the morning, so make sure you put your own well-being before anything else. I think I have to put Monika's well-being above everyone else, but yeah. I'm actually going to go to bed now, because I need to, and Monika values my sleep more than I do, so I should do it for her. So, good night, guys. Just Monika.